Hey, welcome to Games with Trev. I'm Monique and this is Trev, and this week we're going to be talking about one of my favorite games, Everdell.
Everdell is what we call a worker replacement game. And that means you have little meeples that represent workers for you. And you take them and you place them on a spot and you gain either that resource or action. In Everdell, basically what you're doing is you're playing as a mayor. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your little workers to be able to gain resources to play cards to build your city. This game on the surface is a really simple work replacement game because all you're doing from the work replacement aspect is usually gaining resources. But the strategy of the game comes from the cards and from managing your resources really well. So in the heart of Everdell, I would call this game a resource management game.
Oh, 100%. It is so difficult to acquire resources, but also keep them and play them in a way that will help you throughout the game. Each resource, I feel like, is weighed pretty similarly.
Yeah.
But
so the resources are weighed like
depending on the game.
Yeah, depending on the game. It feels like some games it's like really heavy towards the logs, and other games it's like if you don't have stone, you're never playing a card.
Because each game you pull different cards that allow you to go to different spots with your workers, and these spots allow you to gain different resources.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like it's pretty equal.
It's
just
pretty
because
balanced.
You can switch them out if one's too heavily weighted, or
That's true.
you can play another game and it's gonna balance out overall.
You have a great point. That's a good point. The next part about Everdell, besides the resource management, is seasons. So what you do is you technically start, I believe, in the spring season. And then you go to summer, then fall. Oh my goodness.
There's no winter in Everdell.
There's no winter in Everdell. It's always sunny and sunshine. But anyway, so what happens is in between each season, you gain more workers. So basically, as your city's getting bigger, you need more people to help you out. And in between actions, you can either gain extra cards or what we call a produce action. And that means you look at your city, and if anything has the green icon, you basically can do that action. And a lot of the times it's acquire more resources, which as we've said, is
so
really important. It is the biggest thing ever is resources, and I can't stress that enough about Everdell. But that's the gist of the game. You basically just play it until you've used all your workers from all the seasons, and you might not end on the same turn.
I love that about this game, is that I can progress toward a season, but Trevin doesn't have to, or vice versa. And I think this adds a really cool imbalance to just player turns in the game, because you don't really you have to be really focusing on where each player is. Otherwise you're gonna get lost and realize, oh my gosh, they're
almost done.
They're
they're still in the first season and I'm almost at the third season.
So it's managing those resources to allow you to play the most amount of actions in those seasons to maximize the amount of time you're there. Otherwise, you're just going to end up with a low point value at the very end of the game.
True. Also, I wanted to say, anyone who's watched our podcast, we did an episode about Everdell. And I want to just tell you guys an update. And in that episode, I said I was a little disappointed because we did our first impressions of the game. And if you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's super awesome. Anyway, basically, I like to say that's changed. I actually really enjoy Everdell now, and I understand it better. I understand how to manage the resources better and what to look for in cards, because there's just certain cards I get and I'm like, I don't want to deal with that right now. And I move on to the next card because it's just not worth it. And I realize that now than when I did the first time. So I wanted to let you guys know that as an update.
And I'm glad he's saying that, because I was so sad when you said that you were disappointed, because I love this game from the very, from opening the box.
Yeah, from building the tree.
Literally building a tree. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best game.
You haven't played it yet.
I just loved it from the very beginning, and as I've played it more, I just have grown to love it, and I would say it's one of my top favorite games. It really is so clever, but it's so chill at the same time. I like chill games. If you know us, we love Wingspan. That's a super chill game for us. And this game has that stress level of managing and strategy, but it's not to the point where you are standing
It's
up
not
in the
Ticket to
table.
Ride.
Yeah,
True.
it's not Ticket to Ride.
But what else do you like about it? I know it's your favorite game, so tell us what you like. Let's just say, she talks about it all the time. So I really want to hear what she has to say about
Okay,
it.
starting off with just like the pieces of the game. Each of them are just so
Incredible.
Incredible, yeah.
They're so
I feel like they
incredible.
put so much thought into like the meeples, into the board, into the cards. Like every single piece of artwork is so unique and like makes sense in the little world they're in.
It's true. The other cool thing about it is like we're gonna touch on this a little bit later in the video, but like expansions, they all fit into the board perfectly.
It's so satisfying.
It's awesome. Anyway, continue.
Let me think. What else?
I think like just like while you're thinking, like real quick about like the resource pieces, they did such a good job. Because like they're not all like wood. Like they each they feel a little different. The resin doesn't feel like a wood piece, and like the berries like this
They're squishy.
squishy plastic piece. It's so fun.
It's so cute.
It's so fun. They did such a good job of just making you feel like you're in the world, honestly.
Yeah.
And like you get that in the base game. Like it's not like in an upgrade pack. Like that's the base game resources.
So good. I thought of something else that I really like.
Yes.
I really love the meadow. And the meadow is basically just there's a huge deck of cards. So the chances of you getting to that deck of cards is like
Not
slim
gonna
to
happen.
none. Especially for us playing a 2-player game. And so the meadow allows us to access more cards. It's this part in the middle of just like the board, and you place I don't even know how many
place
cards.
8 cards.
8x4, I think.
No, 8x2.
8x2.
No, 4x2. 8 cards total.
Okay. Yes.
8 cards total. 8 cards total. Don't get me confused.
But if you want to take a card when you want to play that action, you can take from the meadow, and it allows you to maximize a little bit more. Okay, berries are low weighted in this game. These cards are berries. Maybe I should go for these that are in the meadow versus taking from the deck and being kind of like blinded, not really knowing what you're going to get, taking that chance. But it is nice having the deck as well, because that chance sometimes will save you.
True.
And it can be really good.
Yeah, like the one thing I wish that we could see in a 2-player game is a little bit more of the cards changing in the meadow. Because I'm going to take a guess, because we haven't done it, but like in a 4-player game or a 3-player game, like I feel like those cards are going to get taken more, it's going to shuffle a little bit more, you're going to get more options. Whereas a 2-player game, we look at the cards and go, I don't want those.
Yeah.
And so they stay there for basically the whole game.
It's so annoying sometimes.
And so like I really wish there's a way that we could flush them up a little bit, which there are a couple of ways, but like they don't happen a whole lot.
I wonder if you did it each season, like once each player completed each season.
Yeah, that'd
like
be good.
If we just tried it, it could be cool.
It could be cool. It'd be cool. But we're gonna go stick with the rules. We always stick with the rules.
The one thing that I did not like about the base game
What?
is the like accomplishments
Oh,
where you can place your worker.
the events.
Yes, they are immensely difficult. Just because they're like you need to have 2 specific cards in order to place a worker on this event. Or there are some events that allow you, okay, if you have 4 of this kind of card, you can place your worker there. But those other card pieces are just so
They're just hard to get because it's like it's just the opposite of who you need. Like it's like a monk in a dungeon. Like I'm not really ever gonna have those 2 combinations unless I'm going for this card. But the cool thing is there's an expansion, which I'm assuming we're gonna go to.
Yeah.
Belfair, right? Yeah. Belfair, and it is probably I think almost needed.
To quote a beloved friend of ours, nectar of the gods.
It is the nectar of the gods. This is true. The expansion just basically changes almost 3 things.
It fixes the base game, I feel like.
It fixes the base game with the beds. So it basically just makes them so they're easier to get, but also manageable. And you don't have to go super out of your way to do it. The next thing it does, I feel like, is adds the market. The market is awesome.
Love the market. We didn't play with the market the first time we played with Belfair, but as soon as we added it, it was like divine.
Yeah, it just adds another couple ways to get resources or to get extra points, which is super cool. And cards, which is awesome. And then the third thing I think it fixes is it adds an extra special event, which is if you get 1 of every kind.
That's
true. I know it doesn't fix it, but the thing is it adds it, which makes it better. And I think it fixes it.
Yeah, because in the first couple games we played, we weren't getting any of the special card events where it was contingent on 2 other cards. And that kind of was just like a letdown to me because I was like, oh, am I doing something wrong? Like, why can't I get these cards? But I honestly think it was just...
It's an advanced mode. We're beginners.
Yeah. And it's just difficult to play that way at 2 players because there's no circulation of the cards. And
Yeah,
like
it's
you were
hard to get
saying,
everything.
the meta would be more fleshed out with more players.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, I think Belfair is a must buy. I think you have to get Belfair if you're going to get any of the expansions or even play Everdell.
It's kind of sad that it's not included in the base game.
Yeah, I would love to see them include it in one because it really is. Like most expansions, when you like think about them, like with other games, it adds content. This doesn't add content. This fixes content, which is different. I feel like, you know what I mean. So I feel like it really should be added. But again, that's our own opinion. But we can be wrong. That's all right. I think I really want to get the other expansions though because we started out with Pearlbrook as well.
Well, yeah, we just got Pearlbrook like 2 weeks ago probably now.
And I really like it. I like the added kind of like other things you can do that could possibly give you more points or could really just make you end up losing.
It's true. It's really pushing what the world is like, and I love that. Like, this is the kind of game where, like, with Root, like, they have the RPG or role-playing game. I would not be surprised if we saw an Everdell role-playing game.
They should come out with that. I would love that.
I mean, serious.
They'd have to make it good, though, because, like, I feel like you could mess that up.
Yeah, you can mess it up. But there's just so many aspects that are coming out with, like, the cool, like was it Spirecrest?
I don't know.
Like, I could see you doing, like, role-playing with that and with the New Leaf expansion, you know what I mean?
And just, like, all the meeples, like we were saying, are just so cute. In the Pearlbrook expansion, they have little platypi meeples. Oh, my goodness. They're so cute.
And the Oxalotl meeples. And the Otters meeples. Oh, they're so cute.
They're so cute. Like, I want to, like, put them up in a frame and put them on my wall.
Yeah, they're awesome. The meeples are incredible.
They're so cute.
But, yeah, the expansions look really great. I think...
I'm super excited to try them all and see like what it can add to the Everdell game as we like progressively become better Everdell players.
And like we'll update you guys as we get all the expansions, and we'll do must buys, maybe not, and so forth with the expansions, just kind of like how we done with other games. But is there anything else you'd like to add about Everdell? This is the best game ever for you.
Go buy it. If you don't have this in your collection, go get it. It is phenomenal. Get Belfair too, though. Otherwise, you might be a little disappointed. Like,
the other cool thing about this game is that it's everywhere. I've seen it at almost every game store I've gone to, but also it's at Target, which is awesome. Like, it's at a place. If you don't have a game store nearby, but you have a Target, check it out. It's super awesome. It's up there. It's on Amazon. Super great. But yeah, the price, it is on the more expensive side, but remember, you're paying for quality.
Lots of quality.
A lot of quality of the pieces, the different type of meeples. The board is really awesome. The tree is super awesome.
I think if you're gonna go splurge, like, this is the game to get.
True. This is a good game to splurge. If you're like, this is the day I had a bad test day, go buy this game. Treat yourself.
It's awesome. But we thank you guys for watching. Give a like to this video and comment down below what your favorite Everdell expansion is because we want to know what to buy next. And remember, at 1,000 subscribers, we are giving away a game, so make sure to subscribe to be a part of that.
Yep, we'll see you guys next one, and stay safe.